Hi, this is Kate from Daisy Nails, creating fun, funky, fabulous nails. I don't know if you can hear me or you can just hear the rain hitting the car. Sitting in another car park waiting for eldest while the rain's absolutely piling down. Oh, I'm so cold. Seriously. Can someone tell the weather that it's nearly April? Anyway, so yes, mosaic. In retrospect, I would have done this very differently. This is how I did it on this one. So I used the Crystal Nails loop brush to just dab little blobs to make them as square as possible, but you know, they weren't going to be perfectly square in all the rainbow colours. I started at the middle with the yellow so that I could sort of work out where everything was going to be and I wasn't going to run out of space or have too much space. And I went up to the orange and then the pink and then below with the green. As you can see, rainbow colours. So what I did was I kept the nail pot the same way up so that the brush was facing the same direction for each of the little dots, thereby making sure they were all pretty much the same shape. Pop that into the lamp for the full cure, which I think is a minute for Born Pretty. Don't quote me on that. And then once it had cured, which it has there, I turned the pot the other way around and then just tried to straighten out those edges a bit more. There was no point in that because in the end I ended up making them circles. But that's beside the point. I'm regretting doing that now and I really, really wish I hadn't. The way I would do this differently if I did it again is instead of doing the dots, I would do straight lines of each colour across because I was cutting them up with the black anyway for the, you know, on the stained glass, the leaded bit of the windows that goes between the colours. I was using the black that you can see on the palette there, which is black from a brand that doesn't exist anymore. Really nice black, but no longer exists. I was using that, as you can see, to do those separated bits. And I think if I did this again, which I might try it again, I would do it just painting those rainbow colours all the way across instead of making them to be dots. So yes, then using the Nio Nails 000 long brush, I used the black gel to separate them out and do nice, thin, fine, even lines between them all. And I decided not to cure before doing, although it looks like I did because I took it away. I nearly did and then changed my mind before doing the vertical lines. And that's because if you paint the gel across the gel like that and it hasn't been cured, it can drag it slightly, and I decided I wanted to get the drag effect. It didn't actually create it on this, but there we go. Then I went round the edge of the pop because, you know, sort of to show the edge of a window, I guess. And then it went into the lamp for a minute. Now the reason I ended up turning it into circles was because there was some patches that the jelly gels weren't covering. So I tried to cover those up. So here we go. I've already cured the black lines and the border. So just pulling it down to make a slight curve on each of the angles there. And then once I started, I couldn't stop and I just kept going and going and going until they were all circles. And that covered up some of the bits where the jelly gel hadn't covered the nail pop. However, to cure that, the painting it the straight line across, that's how I would sort that out. So yeah, sped this up to some very, very fast zoomy speed because, you know, it took ages. But just doing a slight little curve on each of the angles until eventually it was a full circle. I think what I need is one of these brushes in a medium length. I've got the long one and the short one, but I think the medium one would have got a better effect. The short didn't have enough bend, and this, I couldn't get the detail enough. So I think I'm going to see if they've got a medium length one, because it's just a little bit patchy in the middle of each of those intersections of the black lines. It's a little bit patchy. It's all experimentation though, isn't it? So that's what I'll do next time. And I'll see if it works. Okay, so the same as I did with yesterday's video. I just remembered I didn't put that picture on yesterday of the really gorgeous nail I did for that client, which I might try and remember to put on this one. Anyway, so I put the rubber base on again, the No Brand, to smooth it all out, and then I went over it with a top coat, no wipe top coat. If I hadn't used the rubber base, then that would have just been lumpy and bumpy all over, which would just have looked a bit of a mess. So that's all of them, and I will try and post the last one tomorrow. But thank you for watching. Take care. Don't forget, click like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Bye.